Happening now at 11. Bearded men gather for an event where the whiskers take center stage. Find out why facial follicles are the new trend tonight. Plus, a bomb scare at a teacher's home has authorities searching for those responsible. We'll hear from Cazenovia High School students and the community tonight. Plus, a new ally in the fight to keep Central cuts from happening. Find out who's stepping in to try to keep the buses running. NBC3 News at 11 starts right now.
This is NBC3 News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Matt Mulcahy. We begin tonight with Armory Square business owners say they just can't catch a break. Tonight, as DPW crews work to clear snow mounds, which have become a hazard for drivers, parkers, walkers, several streets had to be closed down. Police towed cars to get the job done. Now, there's no question the snowbanks had to go. They had really encroached on important space. But some of the businesses questioned the timing. This is Friday night, after all. Usually a busy night for restaurants, for bars. Happens to be the second week of dining week, too. And tonight, here's a live look at Armory Square. Well, more or less a ghost town, except for the heavy equipment that's been in place and obviously getting a lot of work done. The snow removal started around 8 o'clock this evening. It's still ongoing as we speak. In fact, just yesterday, Armory Square was packed with snow until we went to the DPW and said, hey, business owners aren't happy about this. Their customers can't get in to see them. Well, what's happening in the weather right now? That's what's led to all this snow piling up. Of course, throughout February, we had a lot of snow. Then we've had consistent, cold, frigid temperatures, and nothing has melted away. Wayne's here with the latest. Well, thank you, Wayne. The wintry mix of weather Central New York is seeing takes a hefty toll on our cars. Even without snow, your car is still in danger of becoming damaged, depending on what happens. But this frigid weather makes car bumpers brittle. They can get more vulnerable to crack. One auto repairman says any stress can cause a bumper to kind of fall apart.
We're also seeing situations where the cars are starting to, in deep snow, plow the snow and collect snow up inside the bumper, which later freezes from the warmth of the engine and turns to ice and bounces around and can actually shatter the bumper that way too.
Classic bumper replacement could dig deep into your pockets, anywhere from a few hundred to a couple $1,000s. If you see a dent or a problem with your bumper, it's a good idea to get it at least checked out by a body shop before it gets any worse. Happening right now, a former Cornell law student pleads guilty after attacking two women on campus. Christopher Duenas assaulted the women on two separate occasions in 2012. 3 days later, Duenas was reported crossing the California border into Mexico. Now, during the investigation, police were able to identify Duenas through DNA. Duenas was taken into custody at the U.S.-Mexican border. He now awaits sentencing. In Auburn, a gas leak explosion late in the day caused several businesses to evacuate. The fire chief in Auburn says the smell of gas sent off warning signals in the basements of two local businesses. The explosion then sent the manhole covers in the street bursting several feet into the air. One car had some damage. The street was closed off. No one was injured. The fire crews had to stay on the scene for a couple of hours into the early evening. New tonight from Greenburgh, an off-duty NYPD detective is dead after a vehicle traveling the wrong way hit his SUV head-on. Crash happened early this morning. It launched the detective's car, you see it right there, over a guardrail into a snowbank. The other driver was hospitalized but is stable. Police are investigating how he ended up going the wrong way. Now we'll look at stories making headlines across America tonight. A dash cam caught shocking footage of passengers thrown out of a car after flipping over several times. The video shows another car drifting into a lane, almost hitting an SUV. The SUV loses control. It catapults the passengers, including a 5-year-old boy, right out the window. Police say no one was wearing a seatbelt, but somehow, everyone survived this crash. The oldest waitress in Texas is celebrating her 44th anniversary. Doris Seabolt has plenty of spunk. She served waffles at the Waffle House for more than half her life. She says she's not planning to stop anytime soon.
I just love my job and I love my customers. I won't work where I'm not happy.
Doris, 81 years old. The Waffle House says she's the longest serving waitress in all of Texas. New tonight, a fun night downtown Syracuse. A bit of rock and roll filled the ears of those in attendance at the Onondaga Historical Association. It's their newest exhibit, the Salt City Rock History of Rock and Roll. It opened today. Kicked off with reception, music, and memorabilia showcases from some of our local artists.
It's some sort of validation, you know, for the career. I've been playing music around here for 37 years, something like that. And to see it, it's not like you aspire to be in a museum, you know, but it's like to see your stuff laid out like this is really fun. It's a nice overview of the Syracuse music scene that I've been lucky enough to be a part of for all these years.
Gary Finet's been a big part of it. The Flash Cubes were a big deal. The exhibit will run through August 2015.